Hi everyone. My name is Cheah. Welcome to this session of Unify, data to drive understanding of consumer behavior. Do you know what you don't know? Today we have three distinguished guests here. Ashran Ghazi from Dattel, a consumer behavior data intelligence company. Afiq Nazar from Captainade, from the F&B industry. DoctorKayu, Lee from DoctorKayu, from the woodcrafting novelty industry. So welcome, distinguished guests. And one of those things why we bring this session up in the first place as well is that we understand that a lot of businesses out there have a lot of data. But what do they do with the data itself, and how do we go about it is what we will learn today. So as a start off, I think Ashran, first question to you,
Sure.
to set the stage as well. As a data provider, where do you see the industry going in terms of consumer behavior data, and even more so in this day and age of the pandemic?
Right. Thanks, Shah, for that question. Well, within the data universe itself, or the data industry itself, it's very much synonymous usually with the larger firms out there. And even when you talk about players in the market, that's equivalent to us. They are mainly platform players who are also serving larger organizations. And in terms of how we see the future, which also forms to some extent part of the DNA of Dattel, is about empowering SMEs with data. We think that actually too much emphasis is given to the larger guys and not enough emphasis is given, or support is given, to the small and medium businesses. And in order to make sure that the gap between the larger guys and the smaller guys are managed, so to speak, it has become our mission to ensure that good quality data is accessible to SMEs. And hence, and that's very much in line with how we see the future of SMEs moving forward, essentially.
Accessibility is key, right? At this point.
Correct. Good data, but not accessible, also no use.
Also no use. True. And in that light, right? To Afiq and Lee, could you give a little bit of a background of what you do and your business itself, and how was it then before using data itself? Afiq, sorry.
All right. Thanks, Cheah, for having me, as well as my other two panelists as well. Just as a disclaimer, I'm a pilot by profession. However, due to the pandemic, I've been reduced to only a number of flights. So therefore, this business or this venture is MCO born, so to say. So being a pilot, I'm not a stranger to data. We need data to operate the flight as efficiently and safely as possible. So, however, coming to consumer-driven data as provided by the brilliant platform of Voyager by Dattel, it is a whole new ball game altogether, especially for me to comprehend, right? So, but however, with the proper guidance given by the company and also other entities out there and online as well, Captainade has been able to somewhat grabs all the data given on the platform and also to attribute to our increase in sales, targeting the proper, I would say, personas in the target market to not waste the value of the dollars and cents that we put into advertising. So I would say, in a nutshell, is extremely accessible and also enable us to, I would say, to reach our customers that we did not know would have any interest in our product as well. Yeah. So that's my giveaway for this question.
Thank you, Afiq. Lee.
Okay. Thank you all panelists. DoctorKayu, known as a build and design concept since 2016. I started woodcrafting as a hobby, out of passion for making things with my own hands before expanding to business. Okay, since 2019, the COVID-19 profound impacting all around the globe. Okay, of course, we have isolation, contact restriction, economic shutdown impose a complete change to the psychosocial environment, including DoctorKayu and myself, actually. Okay, as business owner, I take this challenge as opportunity. Thus, I change DoctorKayu model, business model, and even mindset, actually. Mindset to explore new possibility so that we can sustain. Previously, my marketing approach based on mouth to mouth. I never use ads and consumer data to boost my sale, actually. Seriously, I think because of the pandemic itself, make me open up my eyes. Oh, you need to change, man. Okay, but now during MCO, yes, I took a few class. I started digitalize my business. I use e-commerce and so submit ad to promote my market workcraft product. As you know, I do work clock product. That is my main product. And of course, your number one choice of custom work clock. Okay. Within 18 years experience in public and private sector, now DoctorKayu is one of the lead industry in laser cutting and engraving.
Nice. Just going back to Afiq a little bit, and within using that data that you mentioned earlier on, right? How do you use data to make those decisions?
So fortunately enough, with the consistent use of the data given by the platform, we were able to come up with interesting findings, which one of many led to actually opening up to us saying our customers want a variety of different flavors. I would say. So with that, we used the customer personas data to somehow pinpoint which flavor would be the favorite of our current customer base. So we have identified flavors of juices such as soursop, pineapple juice, passion fruit, and also roselle with chia seed. So it's a combination of local and I would say international flavors as well. However, all of the flavors, all of the fruits are based in KL, so they're grown and bred in KL. So on top of that, I think we can also I can also say that the indirect impact of the data is also coming up with new markets that we probably did not look into, that is a high potential for repeat customers for Captainade. So with that, I think as time goes by, I'm sure the system is able to really refine the findings for us to properly go deep into new segments of markets for us to explore, and also hopefully to further reduce our cost per clicks, and that will lead us to eventually more sales and revenue for us.
Interesting. Similarly, DoctorKayu, what will be the direct and indirect impact in that sense?
Okay, the best part of joining a training and class, after a long period, I don't join any class to improve myself actually. Okay, I increased sales 4,000% actually.
Wow.
And I become a best success story in InScan program. After that, InScan selected me to join the CIP program. Okay, CIP program by Mr. Ashran itself. Okay, this CIP program gives me a wider view on social media targeting, design copywriting, poster image for promotion, and as the result, we understand the consumer landscape actually, consumer persona, I think. Okay, and with the access Voyager data from Dattel, we can discover our customer behavior, pattern, trend, then that can give us a correct strategic decision for marketing and new product development. For example, what I do, previously I focused on EPL work clock, as you can see at back, EPL work clock for the whole 3 months. But I think I need to change something. And when it's come that CIP program, so after the CIP program, I tried to study on the data in Voyager itself. then I try to make it more interesting. Okay, interested to make customer interested. For example, what I do right now is to promoting portrait wall clock.
How do you present your messaging in that sense?
Okay, by the way, when I use a Voyager data, what I do that time I do an identity X behavior. Identity X behavior. So I try to get a data as much as I can for data that customer that interested in art. Yes. So bila tengok balik, customer always love their self, right? Family, diri sendiri. So I try to change the product, okay, from EPL to portrait wall clock. And yes, it boom. It seriously boom. And also with the data itself, I save up about 35% of my advertisement spending.
Wow.
It's really cool, man. It's really cool.
Nice. Thank you. Yeah. So I think, back to Ashran itself, I think the one of those questions that we also want to hear is that what is your advice to SMEs out there? What is your vision of how you will be helping SMEs within the data space?
Well, I am personally inspired just listening to Afiq's story and Lee's story. Actually, I got some snippets of guiding them earlier on, but to hear the stories coming out in this session itself, it's quite heartwarming. But I guess to your question, the aspiration for us is that there will be more Afiq likes out there, and there will be more DoctorKayu likes out there that is able to leverage on the power of data for them to do better targeting, for them to discover strategic things. Because I think, what everyone should be kind of picking up from Afiq's story and Lee's story is that, they were taking from the lens of strategy on what needs to be done from a business level, all the way down to tactical. When you're trying to execute your advertisements, and people take for granted sometimes that, I kind of know who my audience are, but when you are presented with different perspectives, you're able to trim down that a little bit better. And, like Lee was saying on her results, that's quite amazing in terms of the cost saving side and also in terms of the increase in revenue. So, the aspiration at the end of the day is for more SMEs to be able to use data, not just for the sake of using data, for more SMEs to be taking that leap of faith, taking that first step to be able to then improve their performance of their marketing, which directly then impacts their business. Because at the end of the day, the online space, especially, while it presents opportunities, it is also getting more crowded. So for you to identify who you should be targeting is going to be very, very, very important. So that's my last passing message, I guess, to all SMEs out there.
Thank you, Ashran. Thank you. I think, on that note, right, as I just have one last question, especially to Afiq and Lee, in that sense, how do you see, how do you overcome that fear of using data itself when you've never touched it before, right? How do you go through it? Afiq?
I take inspiration from Mr. Ashran because he has shown us the challenge of utilizing the data as best as possible to help us during this, not only during these dire times, but also in the future as well. How we overcome the fear of using data is actually to sort of embed in yourself that if you don't evolutionize yourself, you don't upgrade yourself from time to time, follow the latest trends and technologies, you will lose out. You will lose out and you will be obsolete very, very soon. So I'll say my sharing advice to everyone out there is to take that leap of faith and try something new, and also trust the process as well. I mean, the results won't come to you overnight. Persevere and be consistent with what you do, and inshallah, God willing, results will be on your side.
Yeah, I think what Afiq said is all noted. Okay, all noted. But then for me itself, to be someone that need to read a data, read a data from Voyager. Even the first time I open the Voyager, I don't understand any one of the function. But then by guiding, and yes, DoctorKayu becoming a digital savvy right now, and
nice.
Digital savvy, and of course we need to expand and explore new possibility. So we don't stop in one platform only. So we need to make sure we improvise ourselves, to be more savvy, of course, towards digitalization, and also all the entrepreneurs out there need to open up their heart and mind to accept the data itself can give big impact to our sales and revenue actually.
Thank you, Lee. Thank you. I think, in a way to wrap this up, from where Ashran, Afiq, and Lee, where you've come from itself, I think, there's two or three key points that I can pull out from here is, accessibility to the data is one. The other point of it is innovation within using that data internally. But I think what makes it different from in this space for even Afiq and DoctorKayu is the cultural shift as an organization from not using data at all to embrace that moving forward and to trust the data itself in guiding your businesses moving forward. That's the way forward for all businesses at this point of time. I think, in this space, thank you all for having this session. I had a really good, cool understanding, and I hope the audiences from this standpoint, there will be a masterclass tomorrow, and also the day after. Please join that. That would give you some nuggets or points to get into to areas where do you know what you do not know about data, your own data. Yeah?
Yes, as a
okay. Thank you all, and stay safe.
Thanks everyone. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay, everyone. So how was that first session? Now, I mean, one takeaway from me from that was what Liyana said is open up your hearts and minds to data. So, that was pretty awesome. Let us know what you think, or let us know what you thought about that first session with your emojis. We'd like to see them. And also, we just want to run a quick poll here, just to let you know, just want to know your thoughts and if you found it useful. So before we bring up, as we bring up the poll, I just want to say that was an awesome session from Ashran, Afiq, Liyana, and of course, the moderator, Cheah. So you can see now on your screen the poll. How do I rate this session, guys? So let us know, all right? We've got pretty good responses now. So I think most of you find it quite interesting and relevant to your business, as you should. Data is super important right now. So yes, thank you, guys. And stay tuned for the next session.
Bos, laptop crash, bos.
Laptop crash? Buy a new one lah.
But boss, all payroll data inside.
Payroll? Then buy... Did you say payroll?
Don't let your business get into trouble from a simple laptop crash. With Captainade.com, your payroll and statutory payments online can now be smooth and simple. Head to Captainade.com for more info. Do payroll, go Captainade.com.